Welcome, everybody, and thank you for coming to our first ever Chamber Luncheon. We're really excited about having a meeting option this time of day, a couple times a year for you guys, especially those of you that the morning just doesn't work for you. We've got a monthly morning meeting that we were hearing back from the community that some of you just, it didn't work with your work schedule and we needed to have some more networking opportunities. And so we were able to add on the luncheon option, and we'll have completely different speakers at all the luncheons as well. So if you are able to attend both the breakfast and the luncheons, you'll get all different content. So we're very excited about that. So I would like to introduce some of the elected officials we have in the audience today. If you could please raise your hand. We've got Mayor John Meering is here. And then we also have Councilmember Mark James. If we could give them a round of applause. We also have some chamber board members here. Al Aldrich from Strategies 360. We've got Dom Moore from Puget Sound Energy. Gloria Hiroshima from the city of Marysville. We've got Kristen Tyner from Home Street Bank. And if we could give them a round of applause. So now I would like to introduce our breakfast sponsor, who is the city of Marysville. And if you could please help me welcome Mayor John Meering to the podium.
Thank you, Jessica. Thanks to the Chamber for all the great work they do in the community and for putting this event on. We're really excited about this opportunity to invest in our local business community and hopefully give you some valuable information to take with you back to your business. And as Jessica mentioned, this will hopefully be an ongoing series, a quarterly series where we could do something like this. It's an exciting time, and I'm just going to take a couple minutes here, and then I'll introduce Jim Ballou to come up and talk to you about this building specifically. But it's an exciting time to be in Marysville. I know Councilmember James and I and the rest of the City Council we're just back in DC sharing all the great things going on and trying to get investments back into our community, which we've been successful in the past. But just a real quick high-level highlight of this. There's over $160 million of transportation investments coming to the City of Marysville over the next decade. State funded from the Connecting Washington package, which is an enormous amount of money, something you've never seen in this community. And so that'll transform our transportation infrastructure over the next decade. You'll see a new interchange onto 529. You'll see the continued work at 116. You'll see some money invested in 88. That's a little less defined. And then you'll see a new on and off ramp towards the end of the package in the mid-20s at 156. Which will open up that whole industrial area. And then there's some localized investment as well, a First Street bypass coming off the bridge into town where you'll just be able to turn right and head east. And so a lot of different things happening. And in conjunction with that, we are revitalizing and continuing to invest in our downtown, in our waterfront area in particular right now. You've seen that cleaned up over the last several years. We opened up the new trail, the waterfront trail last year. That'll go from its 1.8 miles right now to about 5 miles over the next year or so. Jim will talk about this building and some of the other things. We also are hoping to develop more park area on the west side of the bridge, kind of down by the boat launch, and combine that with a private sector investment that we hope will bring shops and maybe even some condos or townhouses and some more exciting things into our downtown. And so, as you look at the landscape, just look for transportation improvements, a revitalized downtown, and then more of a job space out north, kind of in that North Marysville, South Arlington area where we've master planned for light industry and manufacturing. We really hope to create family wage jobs out there. So that's the 3-minute version of my 45-minute State of the City. And with that, I would like to invite Jim Ballou for Parks, Culture, and Recreation. Now, we're really excited about this building, and I think Jim's going to highlight that as well as maybe some other things. Thanks. Let's give Jim a hand.
Lunch at the Opera House. How does that sound? Not bad. In Marysville, Washington. Welcome to the Opera House. We're delighted that you're here. We're delighted that we have the opportunity to partner with the Marysville Chamber, Greater Marysville Tulalip Chamber. And we are so excited to be able to present opportunities in this building. And when I say opportunities, I want to give you kind of a broad brush view of what we've been doing in here. I don't know if you caught it at the mayor's address earlier this year, but the city purchased this building in December. We were leasing it originally, now we're the proud owners, and we've invested some of our funds into this building, and we intend to continue that. But more importantly, some of the immediate reaction to this building has been our sponsoring, the opportunities that we've created with sponsorships. Many of you own your own business, many of you work for a good business. Because of this relationship, we've been able to present all kinds of activities for families, individuals, seniors, what have you. And I want to give you an example of what some of those are. On April 14th, Leroy Bell and his only friends. Any of you know who Leroy Bell is? There you go. One of the most handsome men I've ever seen. He's going to be here, and he'll be on our stage. My wife is going to sit in the front row, apparently, to take it in, but he's here with the X Factor. He's performed with Joe Cocker, B.B. King, all kinds of folks. D.R. Horton has sponsored that event. On April 18th, we'll be hosting gatherings. This is about the second or third time we've had gatherings here. It's a special open house here at the Opera House. It's a fantastic opportunity to explore how you can use this location, your businesses, for anything you want to do, corporate opportunities, luncheons, just like we're doing today. The Chamber's using this, obviously, not only for luncheons, but also for October events. All kinds of activities are at your doorstep virtually at an affordable rate. On the 24th of April, we have our outdoor speaker series continuing with Roy Robinson sponsoring. And it continues with Lauren Danner, who will share her knowledge of the North Cascades National Park, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. And then on April 19th, we have Aardvark's UTD. It's live music at the Opera House. We do that on Thursdays, the third Thursday of each month. And then May 12th, we've had so many people asking for this, and they're coming. Dueling pianos with Jeff and Rhiannon. They'll be here on stage. That'll be an opportunity to have a good time and dance. We have a dance floor, if you've noticed. May 20th, family event, Lego Mania. We will have thousands of Legos all over this place. And those to help guide kids and dads and moms how to put them all together. So that'll be a good event. We have an incredible line of things to come. In fact, we have Tanya Lynn, Loretta Lynn's granddaughter. She'll be here. So we're offering some great opportunities. We have a Styx tribute band. We have Polecat from up north. Lots of activities in terms of different genres of music. And we also have some laid-back stuff where you can come in here, have a conversation, grab a beer or wine that's presented to you by service clubs in Marysville. We don't have a license for it. We have those folks do it. Again, more sponsoring, more community partnerships. So we're very proud of the partnerships that are happening here. You're going to hear more about that today. And I just want to thank you for being here today and supporting your chamber. And I hope you enjoy your stay here tonight or today in the Opera House. Thanks again.
Thank you for being here today. It's my great opportunity as the former chairman of the board for the chamber to be able to help host this day today. And I thank Erika and all of you for being here today. We have a special guest speaker with us today, Erika Hubbard, and she is the owner of Live Out Loud with Erika. And when I read her bio, I thought, well, this is really good. We should be all doing this. She believes that life should be lived out loud. Instead of living a life to please others, she encourages everyone to live an authentic life. To this end, she loves to provide training about the 4 personality styles and why they behave the way that they do, what they are gifted at, what they need, what they value, what they gain joy from, and what stresses them out. So she's going to help us with that, because we all get stressed out from time to time. She claims this knowledge will help anyone win their personal and professional life. She is an entrepreneur who has earned a reputation in sales, service, and leadership, both domestically and internationally, and provides training to both small and large businesses. She was asked to write her Winning in Business, Effective Use of 4 Personality Styles in Leadership, Service, and Sales due to the many professional awards that she has presented over the years in these areas. Erika is known for her innovative spirit and specializes in seeing potential in others, supporting them so that they can be the very best that they can be. She lives with passion and will support you to do the very same thing. While in her present, you will feel encouraged, challenged, and inspired and motivated by all that you can be. Erika provides the tools to help you carry forward with all aspects of life. Erika is married, currently living in Everett, Washington. She loves adventure, the ocean, and being active. And she's a bit of a daredevil and does crazy things like a 40-foot firewalk, parasailing, and rock repelling off cliffs. Today, she will show us how you can set yourself apart in sales and service and how to firewalk. Erika, good job.
It's still morning, right? 8 minutes? Good morning. All right, so on the table in front of you, first of all, I want to just point out there's one sheet that basically covers what I'm going to talk about today that you can take away with you, and it's got some of the way that people gain joy and the different personalities and why they behave the weird way that they do. And so you can take that away with you and hopefully understand your family, your kids, your coworkers better. I also have a comparison of personality temperament systems, and that will help some of you. A lot of people may have done Myers-Briggs, that's a real common one. And you will see on this list, because I talk about the ones right at the top, and they're pretty self-explanatory. The connector, they connect, and movers are movers and shakers, and the planners do just that. They plan every detail. And then, of course, we have the thinkers, and they love to analyze and think. And so we need all of them. There's no right personality. You know, so often the relationships that we have in this world, the reason they fall apart is because we want everybody to be us. And that isn't so. And so what hopefully today, you're going to gain some insight into accepting people for who they are and learning to work with the people that have strengths in the areas where you're weak. And so I just want to start out with show me your hands if you've been really happy with the service that you've gotten around Marysville lately. Anybody? Wow. I'm moving to Marysville. That's rare. Now, how many of you are disillusioned with some of the service that you've received lately? Show me your hands. So you mean to say that when you go into a store and there's long lineups, you're not disillusioned? Or if you go somewhere and the staff just really don't care that you're there and they're busy side talking? Or phone calls. This is my favorite. Phone call and you're greeted with a menu option. And I'm a multitasker, so quite often it's like, oh darn, what was the last one? Now I gotta listen to that thing all over, and then I'm confused about which menu option to choose. Anybody else here go through that? It is so frustrating. And then you pick the one that you think is the right one, and it's the wrong one. Now you gotta go back and listen to everything all over again. Anyways, these are some of my pet peeves. And then of course you phone a customer service rep, and you can hardly understand them. Am I in America or not? And so that's another frustration that people feel today. And of course, sales staff that are only interested in making the sales. They couldn't give a hoot about who you are. These are some of the statistics today, some of the things that we face today. And sadly, it's become the norm other than Marysville. This is like Dreamsville. You should rename your town. Where's the mayor? All right, so I have some stats stats that I want to start out with. And hopefully this, as a business owner, will open your eyes to some of the things that are going on today and some of how people feel. Now, these stats are in my book if you're interested, and it's got the sources where you can find them, but you can Google this stuff yourself. 7 in 10 people are willing to spend more money for excellent service. So people are always trying to cut their prices and stuff like that. That is not the answer. Service is the answer. Customer attrition, it is not due to price, but due to customer service. 1% of people feel that their service standards are met at all times. 1% are happy with the service that they get from the people that they frequent. The average business loses 20% of their customers every year, and that is because they fail to understand the customer and give them what they need. It costs 5 times more to gain a new client than it does to service and keep an old client. That is a major thing if you're in business. 68% of customers quit because the owner or manager or some employee lacked interest or concern towards who they are and what they needed. So today it's all about relationship building, and there's a big, huge change going on right now. We've been in this tech world for so long, people are tired of it. They want one-on-one relationships again, and there's a big move on for this. So, which is yay in a small town, right? It's all about relationships. Customer service excellence is one of the most critical and competitive advantages that any business can have today. It is all about the customer. It is not about the employees. It is not about the management. It is about focusing on what the customer wants, what they need, who they are, what they want more of, what they want less of. And if you're in business and you're not asking those kind of questions of your customers and getting to know them on a personal basis, you're not at the top of your game. So you can improve your customer experience, and that will improve your bottom line, and I guarantee it. So how your customers feel today determines how much money they spend with you. It determines a whole lot of things, actually. And we're going to talk about that today. So make it a goal for yourself, no matter if you're an employee or an employer. How can I be better today? Just ask yourself that question when you arrive every day. What can I do today so that I'm better? You know, it's so easy to point the finger at everybody else, but I always say when you point out, there's 3 fingers pointing back. It's your work to do. Sales, you know, there's all kinds of books on sales, thousands of books on sales, probably even millions. And they tell you how to, you know, overcome objections and all that kind of stuff. And I say that unless you understand service and how to take care of your client, you're never going to be peak in sales. And so we're also going to take a look at that today, and you guys get to do the work. Every day is an opportunity. And every day you're surrounded by all these people that are different. But it's an opportunity to maybe, instead of being in your little box, open it up and see the possibilities of why other people are the way they are. And that is also what we're going to talk about today. Professional people, business people in particular, understand how important and valuable it is to understand the people that work for them, especially the customers that walk in the door. And this even spills over into your personal life. If you understand people's what they value, what they need, how they communicate and why, what stresses them out, what they need to do business with you, and then how to close a sale with each different personality, because you know what? They all need something different. And you're going to learn about that today. Customers buy for 2 reasons: good feelings and solutions to problems. Those are the 2 reasons. So anytime a customer walks in, Just know, find out, do some digging. What is the good reason? And what is the solution that they're looking for to a problem? When customers feel heard and understood, they feel valued. And that is what keeps them coming back. So happy customers, they do three things. First of all, they spend money. They return, and we talked about it costs 5 times more to lose a client and get a new one. So they return, that's a good thing. And they tell other people. They become your free advertisers. So upping your service and sales starts with the 4 personality styles and why they behave and interact the way that they do. And these are the people that you interact with every day in your day-to-day activities. So it's worth knowing about them. So we're going to look today at the 4 personality styles. And we're going to, so listen carefully, because right after I tell you this, we're going to separate into groups, so you need to know which group to go to. So some of you are getting nervous. It's like, what if I don't get this right? And that's okay, because once you're in the group, if you feel like this really isn't where I fit in, this isn't my tribe, then feel free to go find your tribe. Okay, so we have the connectors, and listen to see if this is you. They accept others readily. They see the best in you. They're possibility people. They encourage you and cheer you on. They're the ones at work that say, you can do this. Good for you. You know, there's never any jealousy there or competition. They're truly behind you. They're very creative and innovative. And they have awesome imagination. So if you want to brainstorm anything, you want these people to be there. They're also very spiritual, and they are the ones that attend the self-development seminars and always seeking for the truth and the meaning of life. They're the best friends. They're the ones that you can call on if you're hurting. They're the ones that will be there for you to give you a pat on the back. And they love to hug. They're the huggers. Some of us aren't huggers, but they are. And so they are the ones that nurture and care for everybody. They want to please you. They want to help you. They're the helpers. They'll get behind you and do whatever needs to be done. They're there when you're moving. They're there when you have a baby. They'll cook a meal for you. They'll do anything as long as they're helping you out. They're also they have built-in intuition, and you never, ever, ever want to cross that with them, because they know. You don't have to say a word and they'll know. It's just built in. They're born that way. They're guided by their emotions. They're very romantic. So if you want romantic ideas, the ones that aren't romantic here, and you want to impress your spouse, go talk to these people. They'll have all kinds of ideas for you. When they talk, they like to get personal. They like to talk about their kids and their families and what's going on in the world. And they're there when you need them. And they show you kindness, compassion, and a lot of empathy. So who show me your hands if you think that this might be you. Oh, look at all the connectors. Look around, because you want to know these people. You want to know them. They're your best friends. They'll be there for you. They'll help you move. Then we have the movers. Now they're referred to as movers and shakers. They are the entrepreneurs. They make things happen. They bring action and fun. They're very resourceful. They love networking. They're usually, probably 99% of the time, extroverted. And so they'll be working the room, and you know, that's what I'm here to do. And they read body language really well, and they're great with people. They're very playful, and they tell stories, and sometimes they elaborate the stories to make them interesting, right? It has to be fun. They seek variety, and they love change. Some people, some personalities hate change. Just leave it alone, it works. Not these people. It's like, let's kick it up a notch here. Let's change it a bit. They're so spontaneous. You can phone these people up like there's a movie and you've wanted to see it for a while, but you don't have anybody to go with. Phone them up. They're spontaneous. If it sounds like fun, they'll drop what they're doing and be there. They're also very competitive, And so if you have employees that are of the movers and shakers, they need competition. They need to be stretched. They need challenge. They are master negotiators. So again, if you have to negotiate a contract or anything, run it by them first. They'll tell you how to negotiate to get the best deal. They love Mexico. They walk away, you know, with all kinds of deals for next to nothing, right? Where they love to barter. They push boundaries and they break rules. They're the ones that came up with the statement, rules, they're made to be broken. Anybody here say that? Yeah, we got a few, I knew that. They're very quick to act and think and process and get bored really quickly as a result. They actually can process twice the speed of anybody else. And so they have a tendency to multitask because they can. They can be checking their phone emails and listening, and I happen to be a mover. And my daughter always says, "Are you listening to me?" And it's like, yeah, I'll repeat everything back to her that she said. And she's kind of like, okay, just checking. They are the entrepreneurs of the world, usually in some kind of leadership positions. They're direct communicators, straightforward. You never have to wonder where you stand with these people because they're straight. They like an adrenaline rush. So, like you heard, I walk on fire and rappel and stuff like that. I love that rush. And they can troubleshoot problems. So if there is a crisis, you want to engage these people because they think twice as fast as everybody else, especially in a crisis. They will delegate and just see what needs to happen. Their core value in life is freedom. And the core value for connectors, I don't think I mentioned that, is relationships. Then we have the planners, and they do just that. They plan they get things done. They are the work bees of the world, and they are so detailed focused. They don't leave anything out. They have a plan A and they have a plan B. They're goal oriented, and they have a plan for everything, including having people over or fun times. They're punctual and predictable. They love to have a to-do list on the go at all times, but the best part for them is checking it off. Yay, look at what I'm getting done today. And they're very organized. They can bring order to chaos. Dutiful. Work comes before play all the time. They schedule play usually. They like structure and they like routine. So they get up the same time every morning. I had an employee, she actually ate the same lunch for years that she worked for me. And one day I said to her, "Don't you get tired of eating that?" And she said, "No, it works." They are very efficient, and you can depend on them to do something right, to cross the T's and dot the I's and double check everything. They are so great at that, so we need these people around. They love structure and routine, as I mentioned. They follow rules. They know right and wrong, or at least they think they do, and if you don't, they will correct you and tell you what's right and wrong. But they are very respectful of rules and laws and things like that, and they love policies and procedures. And because they like to know what's expected of them, so shouldn't everybody be that way? They value tradition. They are the ones that keep tradition and heritage alive. If they celebrated Christmas a certain way, they will uphold those traditions for the rest of their lives and pass it on. They are very loyal, but you know what they're good at? If you ever want to know where the best bargain for something is, say you're looking for a barbecue for spring, they'll know where to go, where to get the bargains. They are resourceful that way. They know how to save time and they know how to save money. They have a solid work ethic, and their core responsibility, their core value is responsibility. So who's a planner? We have a few planners. We need you people because you keep everything kind of planned and organized. And Marysville, they're full of really happy people, and so maybe they don't need a lot of planning because they're just busy being happy in business. Then we have the thinkers. Pretty self-explanatory. I call them the Einsteins of the world because they're super intelligent. And they are the smallest percentage of people in the world, thankfully. Because we wouldn't have all Einsteins around. But they're change agents with a global focus. Very independent, very private. If you work with one of these individuals or know them, they rarely share about their personal stuff unless they've known you for a long, long time. And they like it that way. They don't like to small talk. It's like, what is the point? Because they're so intelligent, they don't want to spend time talking about the weather. Just look out the window. We all know what the weather is doing. Do we need to talk about it too? They are very innovative and always looking to improve upon something. And great inventors, they can conceptualize things before they occur. They connect the dots, and they're very patient while they do this. They're logical thinkers, and they will question you. So if you are around one of these people, they will question you. They'll ask, well, why did you do that? Well, what was the point of that? And they're not being rude, which sometimes we perceive them as being. They truly want to know. They can fix just about anything because they do that systematic thing where connecting the dots, okay, this works this way, so they're great at fixing things. They develop systems. As a matter of fact, most of the computer systems and things like that that we use are made by these people, developed by these people. They solve problems. They love research and knowledge. And they have knowledge about just about every topic known to man. They'll know something about it. But the topics where they really know a lot, they'll want to share it with you. And one of their downfalls is they don't read body language very well, so they go on and on and on about what they know, and you don't care. Because it's over your head. You're not at the same intellect level as they are. They have technical know-how. I have a nephew like this, and I used to phone him up all the time. It's like, oh, this isn't working on my computer. And he'd say, have you read the manual? I never read a manual. Are you kidding me? No. I just want someone to tell me. And they have very dry humor. Their core value in life is competence. They want to be competent. They don't like to be put on the spot. Because what if I don't answer right? Like I want to sound intelligence. That's what I'm all about, is intelligence. So now so how many people here are thinkers? So we got yeah, don't be shy of it. I mean, thinkers, you're the Einsteins of the world. Put your hand up. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to separate into the 4 groups that I've just talked about. So the connectors are all going to gather over by this flip chart here, and there's a pender there. And the thinkers are all going to go to the one at the back of the room. Are you guys listening? Thinker Gloria? Thinkers are all going to gather by that sign. And then we've got the planners over here and the movers over here. So get in your groups really quickly. And then I'll give you the instructions about what we're going to do. Now remember, if you get into, listen up for a minute, if you get into a group, so if you get into a group and you feel like, I don't feel at home here, I don't agree with what they're doing, then you can move and try out what you think the next one might be for you to see if you're in the right tribe. And you know what? Notice the noise over here? They're so happy to be up out of their seats, moving around, talking. All right. Everybody in the right group? Okay, listen up. Quiet over here, movers. Gotta kind of watch them. All right. This is, movers. This is your homework. You're going to pick someone to someone who has neat printing. Who's got neat printing, okay? Pick someone, there's a pen. Find your pen. For the planners, the pen is stuck up top. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to brainstorm together and write down as many things as you can. You only have 4 minutes for this. And it is how you like to be sold to. Go. Turn it around and actually let me hold it. So you can read it. So this is how connectors like to be sold to. And I'll tell you, we all have all 4 personalities in us to varying degrees. So hopefully this is the top one, but if your second one is really close by, you may have put some of those down, and I'll catch that for you.
Okay, so we have asking questions that are open-ended. An existing relationship means somebody that you knew before and already had an established relationship with, so you already have that connection. That they're genuine and honest. That they listen really well and get to the point and don't beat around the bush. Make sure that we have my need met. Focus on what I need. And if it's not an existing relationship, establishing a relationship that you will continue to go back to.
That is key for these people before you do anything. Relationship, that's what their core value is.
Benefits and values of what's being sold. I want to know why I should buy this product or this service from you. And building and understanding and educating us so that way we know the importance of it. And respecting your intelligence, especially for women, and not dumbing it down.
Very good. That is how connectors like to be sold to. So keep that in mind. Give her a hand.
Go God!
Thank you very much.
Actually, I'm going to hold it and you can read it.
Okay. We had a good time over here in the movers section. We had 1 space left, and we're like, what are we going to do? We're like, okay, we got to get this finished.
Challenge!
And we did. We did. Movers like to be sold to by explaining the benefits. We like to hear the benefits, and we like to feel like we are being understood, and so we can get a better understanding of the product, service, or feature that we are interested in. We also like to see some options presented to us as well as we make our decisions to purchase. We don't like any BS. We like to get straight to the point. Don't sugarcoat it. Tell us, what it is you have, what it is to offer, and how we're going to understand it and use it. We like to be taught how to use it, not so much through a manual, but show us how we're going to use it for our specific purpose and make it short. Don't spend a lot of time doing so. We like to see solutions to the problems, specifically in a short presentation, how you can be taught us with options without BS, understanding all the benefits that will serve us. I'm halfway done. Hold on. It's recognition. It's part of my mover personality trait. So we like to know that we are being respected as we are being sold to. We have to also have the salesperson demonstrate the value of that service or feature that they are presenting to us, and also demonstrate they can create trust in a presentation as we're being sold to. Expressing their knowledge about their product and service is very valuable to us as movers being sold to. The person needs to be passionate and have energy as they're presenting to us, because we're going to get really bored with a stale presentation. We can detect honesty when it is being presented to us, and we value that tremendously. We like to see references and transparency, facts, and most importantly, it's got to be fun. Thank you.
That was well done. Okay, let's have the planners. See, I purposely make the thinkers stay till the end because they hate stage.
So planners, I'm going to start with the first one. When you said how do planners like to be sold to, the first thing that came up was we don't like being sold to. So we would rather not be treated that way. But we definitely like lots of information. You can't give us too much information. Where you had said you want a lot of energy. We don't really care about the energy, but we definitely want the information. Straightforward. We don't want any beating around the bush. Beneficial. How is it beneficial to us? How will this help us solve our problem? The differences and stand out. How do the differences and how do we stand out? How we meet our needs, and what are the differences there? We like it to be personal, in person, not necessarily over the phone. We want to be able to look you in the eyes and figure this thing out in person. We like to be understood. I think that might have been one of the other ones. But when we're talking, we don't want to feel like you're just going through a sales role play where you're, okay, I asked that question and I'm just moving on. We want you to actually listen to what our needs are and transact that into a solution to our problem with your product. And we like confirmation. Confirmation that our needs are being met, that we're understood. Confirmation that this is the right product for us. Somebody said we don't necessarily want to be asked, well, what will this do for you? We don't know. We want you to tell us how this will meet our needs.
Beautiful. Give them a hand. Planners are always looking for a deal. and movers, you kept my pen too. I should have known that. I want my pen back. I want you to know I know who you are. All right.
It's actually kind of interesting because, hearing the other groups, there's actually a lot of similarities in some of the other groups, particularly the planners. But the thinkers, we want facts and figures, data, lots of information. One of the things that we talked about was there needs to, first of all, before we're sold on anything, there needs to actually be a defined problem that we're actually trying to solve. And so that was important to verify that we even need to actually have a sales pitch on anything. And then how well does the solution solve the problem? So that needs to be part of the analysis. And then side-by-side comparisons, dependable, reliable solutions, so time-tested. Customer review, one of the thinkers said, really like to review customer reviews because that's a way of soliciting opinions, getting a broader makeup of feedback. We want objective analysis, not emotional. So it's kind of interesting in some of the prior ones they talk about how the sales pitch concerned in like meeting your needs or meeting their needs. I don't think we thought at all about your needs or their needs. It's all about the problem and whether or not there's a solution. And again, we like some of the prior groups don't like sales pitches. So the less pressure, the better. And I think that goes back to the thinker group doesn't want to have a lot of bias or emotion because that suggests that it might not be a valid solution.
Awesome. You guys did great work. Okay, so, I got my last pen. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit to that for the 4. So for the connectors, some of the things that you do is start out, like I said, build rapport. That's the #1 thing. If you just jump on them and try to sell them something, you're not going to be successful. So build rapport, and that takes longer with these people because they have that built-in intuition. They know when there's a relationship happening and when it's all just phony for a different reason. So be sincere and friendly. Ask questions that focus on people topics. So the movers, that's why I put them in the front of the room, the movers and the connectors are all about people. The thinkers and the planner are all about a task or a project. So just think they're all about people. So listen and get to know them and ask them intelligent questions about them. Do you have family? What about your family? Because remember I said they love to talk about personal things. Encourage participation. Provide them with testimonials, feel-good testimonials. Focus on the positive features. And don't, remember, relationships is everything to them, so do not be aggressive or come on too strong. Don't discount anything that they say or show impatience or anything like that. They'll just feel hurt. And don't give too much technical data unless they ask for it. And it's the same for the movers. Don't bore them with details because they'll just tune you out. Don't exaggerate because of that built-in intuition. They'll know right away that you're exaggerating, which a lot of salespeople do. And don't pressure them to decide. And quite often, they need to check with someone before they make a decision because they're worried that, is it going to please my partner, or what are they going to think? I need to check with them. Just be patient because that is part of the process for them. And do not try to close a sale via email or phone. They are all about relationships, so do it face-to-face. The movers, you can be friendly and enthusiastic, and they'll be right with you. They love to chit-chat, and they love attention, so let them talk. They talk a lot, and they love to talk. Keep up with their speed, so be quick, like they mentioned that. Tell them stories about, somebody bought this, and this is what they did with it. Show them the possibilities. Provide some testimonials if you can. Keep things in bullet point format. You'll notice my book has got a lot of bullet points in it for a reason. And they don't want to be killed with details, okay? Because they'll tune you out, and they'll get up even. They'll start to move around. It's like, okay, this is getting to the weather. I wonder if I should go golfing today. That's what they'll do. Give them hands-on experience whenever you can. They're all about freedom. That is their core values, all about having freedom. So if you're married to one of these people, don't try to tell them what to do. They don't like it. Don't be boring. They mentioned that. Add some humor and fun. Don't be formal, like professional. Hello, how do you? They don't like that either. Don't make them sit and listen for too long. In school, these people often get medicated because they think they have ADHD. They don't. They just need to move. It's their personality. Don't overwhelm them with details. Simple, like I said, bullet point, and focus on the possibilities and what it will do for them. For the planners, you can be formal. They expect that. Be professional, be formal, and businesslike. I'm here to conduct business after all. Be direct, and you can be assertive and confident. It's important to them if you're confident about what you're talking about. Don't let them tell you. Let them tell you what they want. Because you know what? They have a to-do list, and they're seeing you because it's on that list. So they're very clear about why they're seeing you. They don't just go shop around because they like it. They go for a specific reason. So let them tell you. Focus on the results they will get. Point out the time and money savings if there's any. Give them buying incentives. That works. If they're on the fence about deciding, give them a buying incentive. They're all about responsibility in life, so don't insist on a personal relationship. It wasn't on their to-do list to go and make a friend at your establishment, I guarantee it. So don't small talk or get personal. That is not why they're there. Don't invade their personal space. They don't like it when you jump too close to them. It's like, what are you doing? You're in my space. I don't know. You go. And don't appear scattered or unorganized. And don't rush them or ask them to speed up. And don't ignore them when they walk in. Or don't let yourself be distracted by whatever, which we see a lot of today, especially with the young generation and their phones. They'll have them at work. They have them everywhere. Thinkers, with them, to sell to them, you can be formal and businesslike. Go slower. Give them time to process and think. That's super important for these people. Provide details, facts, figures, as much as you have on the service or product. Give proof. And don't BS these people. Don't pretend that you know, because you know what? They're going to know more than you do. and you're going to lose their respect right off the bat. Encourage questions and ask them if they have questions. And then pause and let them think about what their question might be. Allow time to review the data. So quite often if you're in sales, they'll come in, they'll gather all the data, all the information, they'll already know a fair bit about it. And they may need to go away and think about it and review all the information that you've provided before they make a decision, because you know what? They make solid choices. Give them the bottom line. They like numbers a lot. So remember, they're all about competence, so do not small talk unless you're being invited to. And I guarantee that's not going to happen, but for a while. Don't use continuous eye contact. Some people are very good at having eye contact and they're comfortable doing that. These people are not. So if you're talking to someone, that's the first clue for me when I meet a thinker, because they will talk to me looking over this way and I'm here. Or they look over you, or they will not have eye contact for long. It's something they have to train themselves to do. Don't expect them to establish a relationship. Relationships for them is earned through trust and knowledge. Don't lack details or be too simplistic. Don't pretend to know it all. Just give facts and stick to that. And if you don't know, they will respect you if you say, you know what, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find out. They have far more respect for that than you making something up. And don't pressure them to decide. So, that is my presentation. I don't have no idea how we're doing for time because it was a little off. Oh, right there? Okay. So I'm going to give you a fun little scenario then about the 4 personalities, and they're driving to work on the highway, on the I-5, and you have to exit off. So the connector, they get in the back of the lineup. It's a long lineup on this particular morning because they're all going to the chamber meeting in Marysville. And so they're in the back of the lineup and they're happy and they're listening to their radio and singing songs and they're just happy people. And they let other people in. Yeah, you can fit in front of me. Hi, have a good day. They're waving at everybody. And they're on time. They arrive here on time because they don't want to disappoint anyone. And they're all about relationships. So who can I meet when I'm here? Then you have the mover. Movers are known habitually late. Not by a lot, a few minutes. They get up and figure, okay, I've got to be here on time. And they are the people that set their clocks 10 minutes ahead trying to fool themselves. Who here does that? Yeah, all the movers do that. It's like, I'll wake up and I'll think I'm late and I'll rush, but really I've got 10 minutes. Well, they get up and they actually are 20 minutes ahead of time. So they leave and they figure, I'll stop for coffee. So they pop in and they drive by and they get their coffee, and on the way to get their coffee they see a billboard. Oil changes in 10 minutes. I've got 20 minutes, like I've got time. I've needed an oil change for a while now. It's time. I'm going to do that this morning. So they exit off and get their coffee and get to the oil change place thinking it's going to take 10 minutes. Well, there's somebody in front of them. Well, that doesn't work. That's not going to work if it takes 10 minutes. I only have 20. So they try to negotiate. Are you in a hurry this morning? Like, they can be really sweet, If you're not, I can slip you a few bucks if you let me go ahead because I'm in a rush. Well, if that doesn't work, they'll figure, okay, I'm going to be just cutting it on the cusp again. So they speed. They get their oil change, now they're late, they're speeding, they're forging ahead. They see the long lineup for the exit. It's like, what is going on today? And so they step on it. I'm going to the front of the line, and they'll slip right in, just in the nick of time to exit off. Are they late? Of course. Then you have the planners. They leave early because they always arrive late. They are not late people, and if they are, they will feel horrible. they drive the speed limit, and they get in the back of the lineup because after all, those are the rules. You get in the back, you take your turn. And they get annoyed and honk even at people that try to sneak in front of them, and they'll go right to the next bumper. It's like, you're not going to sneak in, you get in the lineup. Then you have the thinkers. They're very strategic. They're driving along. You know, they're not stressed out. They're listening to talk radio, and it's a very interesting conversation. So they're listening away, thinking about what's being said, and they notice, oh, that lineup is long, but wait a minute. There's a truck, a big semi-truck up ahead, and there's a bit of an incline, and they're going to have a little bit of fog time. I'm going to drive up there and slip in front of them. And their strategy works every time. That is how you all got here today. And I want to end by saying that a quote by Jim Rowan. If you make a sale, you can make a living. If you make an investment of time and good service in a customer, you can make a fortune. May you all be wildly successful and learn to just appreciate the people around you in life because they are gifted just like you are. Thank you.
Well, it's very humorous. It's also very true. So thank you so much. Great perspective. I'd like to introduce now Kim Adcock, who is the Chamber's Membership and Marketing Coordinator, to move us on to our networking portion.
So one thing Erika did not mention is she has books that are for sale. You can contact her or Karen Ware, if you know Karen, who's helping with the sales of those books. I have one and I'm reading it. It's not accurate at all. I mean, I knew my husband for 30 days before we got engaged, and I've been married for 23 years, so I'm not spontaneous at all. Anyway, okay, so onward. Now is the time for our networking. Some of you came to network today, so for this purpose, we have a table networking portion at each meeting. So can everyone pull out their business cards and or flyers and get ready. We have 60-second commercial about yourself, and pass your business cards around the table when you hear the bell. When you hear this bell, it's time to go on to the next person. If you're at a smaller table, you're welcome to join with another table so that you get to meet more people. All right, that concludes the networking time of the meeting. Okay, so part of the benefit of being a chamber member, the very first month that you join, you get a 60-second commercial that is recorded and televised on our cable channel, and now on a YouTube channel that we have started as well. So the following businesses, if you are here, will you come up in line to my left here so you can give your 60-second commercial? It's a good way for us to get to know you, who you are, and what you do. Okay, so we have Marysville Care Center, Ronning Chiropractic, Dino Milliken Law Firm, Stillaguamish Outdoor Media, Whistle Stop Sweet Shop, Coastal Farm and Ranch, Marysville Associates, Life Impact Chiropractic, Grocery Outlet Marysville, JZ Marketing, Internet Marketing, Emerson Escape Rooms, Real Property Management, North Puget Sound. Come on up and I'll get you a microphone. So when we have a luncheon and a breakfast, you get to speak at both. So that's another benefit to joining at the right time, right? Hi, hello. My name is Rebecca Knox, and I am the office manager, licensed massage therapist, chiropractic X-ray tech, insert everything but the doctor here at the office. I've been working with Dr. Ronning for 14 years, and he's been a chiropractor now for over 40 years. He specializes in auto and work injuries. He particularly used to do them when he lived in Hawaii. And we also do family wellness and health in general. If you're already healthy, you could definitely benefit from chiropractic care. You don't have to have back problems to benefit from it. So we would be happy to see you. And you can do chiropractic or chiropractic and massage or just massage. And we also do nutrition in our office.
Hello everyone, my name is Jose and I own a digital marketing agency and I help local businesses build an online presence and help them drive new customers through the front door or back door or through the roof. No, I'm just kidding. With social media marketing and social advertising, we can all agree that, this era, it's the future. Everybody's on your phone here, like crazy 3 or 4 or 5 hours a day. But yeah, so I help, leverage that and specifically target your ideal client with anywhere from location, age range, financial status, and even much more, even purchasing behaviors and stuff like that. And then also utilize video marketing, email marketing, cell funnels, and the whole digital stuff. So if you have any questions or want to learn about social media, feel free to either give me a call or, yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andy Brown. I'm with Stillaguamish Outdoor Media. Some of you may have seen our large, hard-to-ignore digital billboards along Interstate 5, Highway 530 going into Arlington, and there's one north of the Stanwood Camino Island exit. So some quick numbers to throw at you guys. If your ad's on I-5, 238,000 people are going to see it in 1 month. We've done the math. It took a while, but we figured it out. We have a lot of different packages available, so if you need to get in at a lower price point, we have that. We always negotiate. We're happy to work with any local businesses. And think real estate agents, anyone that you may partner with, a loan officer or a title company or anything like that, you can buy the ad space and then sell it back to another business partner or another vendor that you work with. And even charge them a little bit more, maybe make money on the deal. So I have some brochures and cards and everything like that if you need more information, and Stillaguamish Outdoor Media. Thanks a lot.
I don't even think I need this. I'm kind of loud naturally. Hi, I'm Cole. I sell groceries at Grocery Outlet. No, I'm just me and my wife, she left me to do this by myself. Thank you very much. We just purchased the Marysville Grocery Outlet. We're working on building our produce in our NOSH section. If you don't know what NOSH stands for Natural, Organic, Specialty, and Healthy. Stop in. We're trying to build our SKU count up to well over 1,000 in our wine department. If you guys drink wine, on the 26th of March, all wine in the store will be 20% off. That'll run for 5 days. Stop in, see me, buy a case. Maybe you might get a little bit more knocked off. We'll talk about that later. I have cards over there too, that $3 off your purchase price. But we're trying to change the outlet to a grocery outlet. Just because we're an outlet market doesn't mean we can't be mainstream. So stop in, see us. If you see us in the store, say hi. I'll probably give you a coupon. Coupons are really awesome. So follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're a Marysville Grocery Outlet on both pages. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Frank Volker. I own Real Property Management in North Everett. We do residential property management. We offer property management for owners who maybe they're investors or they have an extra home or maybe they get moved out of the area. Then we'll manage the property for that person. We also put on every Thursday we put on what we call a landlord workshop. And that's to help and improve landlords to know a little bit more about property management or what things not to do so that they're not losing money or hurting themselves in certain ways. This week, for instance, on Thursday evening at 6:30 to 8 o'clock at the Xfinity Arena, we have the landlord workshop, and then this month is leasing to military personnel, and we have a guest speaker that's going to be coming, and he is the Navy Housing Naval Station Everett, Joseph Vigil, excuse me, that's how you say it, Vigil, and he's going to be presenting as well, so that everybody's comfortable. If you know anyone or if you have additional housing, it's a great opportunity to come and learn more about property management and being a landlord. Frank with Real Property Management.
have raffle prizes. Are there any raffle prizes, Jessica? Raffle prizes? Showcase table. Okay, so Living Room Coffee House, can you come up and do your commercial for your showcase table?
Hello everyone, my name is Brandon and I'm a connector. You guys are all just say hi Brandon, very sad. I'm the general manager for the Living Room Coffee House, and has anybody been inside, had a cup of coffee? Yes, I keep asking that different things, and one time I'm gonna get everybody's hands. If you haven't, we're just down the street. We took over an old church building, and we have 6,000 square feet of space to have coffee. We do events and all kinds of stuff all the time, open mic nights, that kind of thing. But 3 things. First thing, we are now on Uber Eats. If you have not had a cinnamon roll and you don't have time to leave work, you can have it delivered to your office and you can eat it secretly so that no one knows that it wants a bite of your cinnamon roll. The second thing is on April 21st, it's a big date, April 21st, we're having our very first gala. So it is a fundraising thing. We are a non-profit entity. When we started, I was the one and only barista, and now we have over 100 people that volunteer that keep the living room running from day to day, and we're open 7 days a week. So I think that's a pretty good testament as to where we've come in the last couple of years. And then the last thing, what was the third thing? The Perks program, that's right, that's where we're at. Back there at that table, there's a lovely lady, her name is Amanda, and she has got some great information for you. As a small business owner, we wanted to partner with you guys in the community to offer you some things instead of just showing up for a meeting and having a cup of coffee. So if you'd like some more information, we'll be back there. Thanks for letting us hang out. Thanks.
I like the use of word there, perk, for your coffee. There. So a couple of closing statements here. So at your table, you guys might have noticed there's a Marysville activities guide. Please feel free to take those. There's extras on the very back table out by the door if you're interested. You also have a chamber directory there, and those, we can give you guys a stack of those. There's no cost. They list you and all the other chamber members. There's maps of the community. There's information on the community. They're a really nice thing to just have on your front counter there at your office. I want to say thank you to our sponsor for today, the City of Marysville. Also to our chamber volunteers and emissaries for your help. And a big thanks to you guys, our members, for your ongoing commitment to make this a fantastic business community. We've got some upcoming events. So our next chamber luncheon, we're doing this basically quarterly, so it's going to be June 12th. It'll still be on a Tuesday. Our Marysville Mega Mixer. If any of you guys were able to come to that last year, we do that in May. And so that one's coming up Thursday, May 10th from 5 to 7, and it will be here. And we typically have roughly 150 in attendance, and they're members from all over the county. So this is an opportunity for you to kind of branch out your networking. We invite 10 chambers from all the county to come and network here. And then our next chamber BBH, so our breakfast meeting, that's coming up next Friday, March 30th. And that's at the Tulalip Resort Casino. We do that at 7:30 a.m. And the topic is the 4 secrets to growing your business with Andrew Ballard. So that one, if you are planning to attend, go ahead and hop on the Marysville Tulalip Chamber website and RSVP, and then you can also save $5. And then just heard from Erika, she's got a training coming up on the 4 personality types. That's Friday, April 20th. So that's going to be from 5 to 9. So that'll be a good chunk of time to really dive into that. That's going to be held at the Muckleteel Chamber, but there's some brochures up here if you guys are interested in kind of diving in more into that. So overall, I just want to thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a fantastic week. Thank you.